Hey man, first just let me say thank you to every single person who stopped by and subscribed and showed love on my last 2 videos I posted. It truly does mean the world. I did try to get this, dribble and sigs guide out as soon as possible, but unfortunately I did hit some trials and tribulations for you guys. So I'll go over all that, but mostly I'm sorry I tried to record this once in a hotel room. My dumb high ass forgot to record a hand cam, so that was useless. Then I came home and I recorded it, and my entire setup started bugging and I recorded with no audio, and now my fucking mic continuously just records with no audio and I have to unplug it and plug it back in every 30 seconds. So I'm sorry for the delays. I went through hell, but please enjoy. Alright, now real quick, I can't just show you one single SIGs sheet, right? I can't just pull up my player animations and show you, because this guide is for not only 6'9" players, but also for 6'8" players, so I can kind of appeal to both you guys in one stop. You guys don't gotta go check out 2 videos. Anyways, as opposed to just giving you one list of SIGs for 6'9" too, there's also a couple of animations where there are multiple SIGs that are very workable and it's really just your style. I encourage people to play with unique individual styles and animations of whatever they desire and not to just copy a YouTuber stuff. So I'm going to show not only my recommended animations throughout while I'm talking right now, but below it are going to be the alternative animations, and if there's an animation you can't get at 6'9" that you can get at 6'8" because of the higher ball handle threshold, I will link that too at the bottom. So thank you. These are the recommended animations right now. That's why I can't simply just put up one big screen for you guys to screenshot. It's because for some of these there's up to 3 usable things. This is a quick editor's note afterwards. T-Max size up just got released this season. It was not released as I was recording the actual dribble guide footage and everything, but it doesn't really matter. I'm planning to put out a second dribble guide covering all of my glitchy dribbling and all of my steezo dribbling. I will put in a guide for the T-Max size up in that one. So just know you should have on the T-Max size up if you are 6'8". If you need to look up a different guide in the meantime, do that. But I still advise you to watch all of the stuff in this video because it will teach you about 3 to 4 more different speed boosts to go with that T-Max speed boost and make it even more lethal. Thank you. Alright, real quick guys, I'm sorry if there's a drop in quality. I don't know if I'm able to record an intro or anything, but I'm actually recording this in a little hotel room because I'm out of town, but I'm trying to get this out as quick as possible for you guys because I really do appreciate all the recent support on my 2 videos I posted. So again, sorry if there's a drop in quality, but I'm in a hotel room with no Wi-Fi, recording this on a hotel room TV, running OBS on my laptop. So anyways, let's get into it. From the main menu, I'm gonna want you guys go to feature mode, go right to the create roster mode. NBA Modern works, and you can do official 2K roster. For me, let me go back. For me, I already have the roster made up though that I'm gonna quick use. This will just take a second too, but let me load this up. So once you guys are loaded in onto the create roster, I want you guys to just go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? And just select one random player to edit. It does not matter who, right? This is just to practice. So for me, wait, real quick. So for me, I have 3 players here, a 6'8" and 2 6'9s. So I'm showing you guys, these are basically my main 6'9" SIGs. Here's a couple alternative 6'9" SIGs on this player, and these are some 6'8" better SIGs that you can't use at 6'9". So for you guys, you only need to make one player, one single player. Just if my player is 6'8", make your player right here 6'8". Go in, so you'll just edit one player, right? Initially, right away, just change their hands to whatever hand you use to dribble, like whatever my player's main hand is. I'm left-handed, so I use left hands. Go down to your signature now. Jump shot does not matter. Here, you're going to want to put in your scoring moves that I linked earlier, or whatever ones you prefer to try to mix into my combos that I'll be giving you. And then just go to your dribbling moves. Your dribbling moves are very important. Once again, put in what I was recommending you earlier on in this video if you don't have any others that you want to personally switch out. After that, the only other thing that you should really need to do is go in here, go to playmaking, change to silver lightning launch, silver handles for days if you're 6'8", 6'9", but then you're good. So for me, once again, this guy is the same, just with a couple of different SIGs. As you see, is the Paul George behind the back on, Devin Booker step back. This player is 6'8", he's got some Coby White SIGs my 6'9" can't get. But you guys just need to make one player, right? So just save your roster. Anyways, mine's on 6'9" dribble guide, yada yada. Here, just hit yes. And then press B, go back to the main menu. Go to Learn 2K. All the way down here, press A on Scrimmage. See the bottom left, how it says left stick down to load roster now? Go to user creator roster, and bang, just pull your bitch up. Once you're here, press B. Now just go right to freestyle. And if you did it right, you should have whatever, if you edited a name at all, it should be there, but just load right in, right? All right, so here we are in the practice arena, right? Now, there's a couple of reasons why I told you guys to come in here. First off, as you can see, I'm able to come back behind half court and cross half court without the camera, you know, turning around. That's one annoying thing in my career. As you can see here, I'm able to really combo freely without losing any stamina as well. So that's the other thing that is really good about this. You can just kind of get really comfortable with dribble inputs because you don't have to waste that time and sit around to wait for your stamina to recharge. You can practice the way you'll come up the court in 5-on-5 or 3-on-3 games, you know what I mean? So like there's a lot of, you know, real good tools that you can use here. Anyways, let's get into it. So as you can see here, I have a hand cam set up in the top right. I initially wanted to do one of those technology styled hand cams that show you the in-game controller inputs as I'm putting them in. But what I found out while researching this is you are not actually able to do that on Xbox. Typically when you see, I think 2K creators do it, they are either playing on PC while doing it, so they're buying the game separately and using PC to do that, or they're recording just straight up dribble footage like this and then going back afterwards and then editing in a controller like emulator, going online, re-putting in the same inputs, or trying to, you know, put in the same inputs the best they can while they're watching back their footage. So it's not actually technically a lot of the times the actual inputs. It's someone just going back and watching themselves dribble and trying to recreate the inputs the best that they can in real time. That's why you'll hear people say like, oh, sorry, there's going to be a little bit of delay between some of the moves and my hand cam. So an actual real life hand cam I just decided to go with because you guys know this is actually, as you can see, it's actually me flicking my player around in real time. So like you can see, step back, crab, step back, behind the back, aggressive breakdown, you can see. So like this is really the real timing and stuff of all these dribble moves. I hope this is the last editor's note, but I don't mind also buying the game on PC for the next dribble guide that I told you guys I'll be putting out here soon. So if this type of hand cam and system that I have going for this first dribble guide doesn't work, comment down below and I will buy the game on PC to set up one of those technical hand cams for you that show you in real time the actual inputs. Thank you. Oh yeah, also sorry for, you know, the floor if there's messy. You see a lot of cords and stuff down here. Right now I'm in, you know, my editing room, so I'm recording on top of like a green screen down there and shit. So my bad, there's a lot of like fucking cords going to like 3 different monitors and shit in here. So first off, very first move, right? Not holding RT. If I'm just having the ball on either hand and I'm flicking left to right slowly, that's your size up package, right? Like these right here, these are your size ups. So like if I'm just not holding RT and flicking back and forth, that's my size up package, right? So anyways, there we go. First move, size up. And right now to start, we're just going to go through every individual sig because you need to know how to trigger these and what they do in order to like really understand all these sigs and how to use them together. But all right, regular breakdown. So to trigger your regular breakdown, you're not holding RT, you're just flicking your stick straight up, right? That's your Michael Jordan package if you're on your 6'9", right there, straight up, right? So what this is good for is it quickly switches hands back and forth non-stop, right? That's it. So just no RT, just flick your stick straight upwards. All right, next up, I've done, you know, the necessary no turbo moves. Pretty much everything after this for a while is going to be using the RT or the turbo button, right? So if the ball is in my left hand, now I'm going to show you how to do the escape move because in my opinion, this is the most crucial move for how I dribble, right? I'm using the Jimmy Butler escape package. The ball is in my left hand. Think about this stick being my player, right? If the ball is over here in my left hand, all you're going to do is flick diagonally up and across over in this direction, right? So flick diagonally almost across in front of where your feet would be, right? The ball's over here on the right side. I'm just flicking diagonally up across. That's that Jimmy Butler escape move. That has a lot of interesting properties, a lot of great combos. I'll get into that later. Now let's learn the halberdian hesitation. This goes a lot with, you know, that Butler escape move we were just learning. So if the ball is, you know, right like it is in the game, right on this, you know, if this stick is your player, if the ball's over here on the right side, you know what I mean? If it's in your right hand and this is your player, all you're going to do is take your stick and flick it to the same side. Boom. That's a halberdian hesitation. If it's in your left side, or if the ball's over here on the left side of your player in your left hand, you're just going to flick the ball that way or flick the stick that way. So all you're doing once again is flicking towards the ball hand with holding RT again. You're holding RT and you're just flicking towards the same side that the ball is in. Now let's get into the step back. The step back, you can trigger it while you're running. All you're doing is flicking straight back, right? Just flicking straight down. If you're running, you'll get this animation. That's the moving step back. That can be useful for, you know, creating a mid-range fade just like that. You know, you'll get your defenders going that way, speed boost the other way, speed boost the other way, fade. You know what I mean? So that's one use for the moving step back. That's the Levine. The Booker's got some other uses. I'll get into that when we cover the Booker. But again, just snatching straight back, just straight down on your stick is the snatch back or Levine step back. Let's get into the behind the back, because the behind the back can be triggered basically off of anything that I just taught you. First, size up, not holding RT, then holding RT right after. Boom. That's what the size up into the behind the back looks like. Butler crab into the behind the back. Boom. Right? So let me get back to the middle of the court so you guys get what I'm going for. But Butler behind the back. Boom. So all I'm doing is if the ball's in this side, now I'm flicking up diagonal with RT and then down diagonal. To trigger a behind the back, it has to be directly after one move, and all you're doing is flicking down diagonal to the opposite ball hand, down diagonal to the opposite ball hand, right? So if the ball's in my right hand, I'm going to do a Tyrese Halliburton hesitation this way, right? Then I'm going to immediately after flick down diagonal with the stick in this direction. Should look like this. Boom. See? That's the Tyrese Halliburton into the behind the back. Now the Butler into the behind the back, same way, right? Snatch back into the behind the back, same way, right? I'm just doing that. First input for snatch back would be pull straight down and then behind the back, right? Straight down, then behind the back, right? For the double behind the back, all you're going to do is the same input twice. This, and then backwards. Halliburton, and then behind the back. Halliburton, behind the back. So like you can just keep doing it back and forth, you know what I mean? Behind the back. Behind the back, behind the back, behind the back, behind the back. I'm going to show you guys later on the explosive behind the back and the moving behind the back, but the Kawhi Leonard only has a good standing behind the back, right? Like all you're going to ever want is that animation out of the Kawhi. The other two are ass. I'll show you the other packages that I like for those other two moves later. So next, let's look at that aggressive breakdown combo, right? I've showed you guys the regular breakdown. That's the one where it says the Michael Jordan is constantly switching ends. The aggressive breakdown, all you're going to do is just flick straight up on your right stick, straight vertical, while you're holding RT, right? So just straight vertical, and you'll get this, where it's this long drawn out animation. But you and me, all we give a fuck about is this forward pull. See, you can shoot right off of that. You can use that for other stuff like throwing that self hoop. You can use it to initiate a lot of fun mid-range shots, right? Like if I'm spin shot right out of it, that's tough to guard. So there's a lot of fun stuff you can do out of the behind the back, right? Let's get into a couple of the more moving oriented moves, right? Let's get into the moving crossover. So when I'm back here behind half court, if I'm flicking straight up on my stick, I'll get this, what's it called? This blowout dribble, just like that, right? Where I'm pushing the ball up ahead of me, right? That's that blowout dribble I'm talking about. Right there, right? That's a blowout. But if I'm ahead of half court and I flick straight up, that's when I get my forward crossover. As you can see, that's that move that kind of dragged me towards the paint. right there, forward crossover. So I'm just flicking straight vertically again, like I would for, you know, the aggressive breakdown, but it's while I'm running this time. But if I also, instead of flick straight up, I flick up on diagonal right here, like up on diagonal, almost like a crab move, you know what I mean? That's the other crossover. That's your horizontal crossover. So you can do stuff more like that, where you're crossing over for a 3-pointer as you're coming up the court, you know what I mean? Horizontal cross, boom. So, oh fuck, this jump shot's ass. I think I got Darius Garland's base jump shot on this guy, so my bad. All right, now let's get into the combo moves, right? This first one is gonna be a moving one. So all I'm gonna be doing for this first one, right, is if the ball is starting in my, what's it called, right hand right here, and this is gonna be a moving move, right? But if the ball is in my right hand, the first combo move that you'll be able to do, right, is going with the left stick horizontally out until you hit this wall right here, the outer edge of your circle, straight sideways, and then you go straight all the way to the other edge wall as fast as you can, right? So if I'm holding RT, it'll look like this. That's your first combo move, right? Now you can also do it towards this wall first and that one. So you do it towards the ball hand first this time, if that makes sense. Towards the ball hand. Pretty shitty, right? These, oh fuck, I fucked up. That was an escape. Towards the ball hand, right? These combo moves are pretty shitty. The only good standing combo move, in my opinion, from this pro package is this one right here, where you're flicking towards your ball hand and then across without holding RT. You'll get that right there. See, that's a good dribble move that you can like use to combo up in different ways. See, you can do it right into that behind the back once again. The combo moves that I'm giving you are gonna mostly be for while you're running. So combo move, the good combo move that you want while you're running and moving forward is going to be holding RT and going across to the opposite ball hand and back, right? That'll give you this. See, oh fuck, I fucked it up after the first one. But that first one was exactly what I was talking about, right? It's that right there. That right there. What that can do is it's technically in real game sliders actually faster than a 6'9's real sprinting speed. So like the second you blow in front of your guy, you want to throw one of those down, it'll literally speed up your player and help you not get ripped, chased down, etc. and get into like the good driving dunk range, right? So essentially the second you blow past your guy, you're going to want to hold RT, go to the opposite ball hand and back when you're on these taller builds. Second feature with the combo moves, right, is if I'm sprinting backwards. Same thing again, to where if I'm sprinting backwards, I'm going to go to the opposite ball hand first and then back to the same side while holding RT. Now, when you flip it, basically I'm getting the opposite combo move than the one going forward because I'm going backwards. But this one's much better going backwards, right? So opposite ball hand forward, and it launches you almost in this sideways crossover, right? At first, it doesn't look that impressive, but then once again, remember this play style where I'm going left to right to launch fades, right? See, you can kind of get it going down. Oh, fuck. But see, you can kind of get it going downhill this way, moving step back, crossover back to the, you know what I mean? Like, it's very misleading, that initial change of directions, if that makes sense. Like, see, I'm going backwards, now I'm going forward. Like, it's just so quick the way that it swaps. Boom. Like, now I'm already, like, going for the... I fucked up the contact dunk. It's because I don't have the right dunk packages on. But anyways, yep. So the combo moves while you're moving, basically the theory or my philosophy is always go to the opposite ball hand and back when you're sprinting. All right, fun times. Now, these are technically not dribble moves that I'm going to show you here, right? I'm going to demonstrate some properties with the Dylan Brooks hop jumper, right? I am left-handed. My players are left-handed. This will be the opposite if your players are right-handed. But if the ball is in my left hand, I'm not flicking this right stick here. I'm holding it for about a quarter of a second, right? Holding it straight to the right horizontally, straight horizontally to the right. It'll give you this animation while holding RT. In games, that animation is gonna look a lot spookier for a couple of reasons that I'll show you. But number one, online servers, hop jumpers are sped up. It is slower in this little practice facility. I can put some clips up on screen right now. So it's just different sliders offline make that move look worse. But going to the opposite ball hand then, if I'm going to hold this stick now to the left, I get that dribble move, right? Holding stick to the right, that dribble move. Hold stick to the left. Those are 2 of the dribble moves out of the Dillon Brooks hop jumper package. The next move that you need out of the Dillon Brooks hop jumper package is what I call the slide. Now the slide is unique because this is a move that I've spammed all year long. It's basically what makes these tall builds, in my opinion, so great for, you know, the side to side fade hunting. It's that right there. See that slide that I'm starting to do? It's really all I'm doing is I'm triggering a hop jumper. This hop jumper, right? But I'm just like canceling it way before it gets way to the end, right? So all you're doing is, if you're sprinting to the left, you're holding your stick to the right. If you're sprinting to the right, you're holding your stick to the left. So like if I'm going this way, I'm holding it the opposite way and it triggers that slide. First, it don't look that special, but in online, when I told you hop jumpers are sped up, that is a nasty speed boost. And again, later I'll get into a way to trigger that speed boost from a standing position, and that is probably the most lethal speed boost in the game for taller builds. Time to get into some go-to shots, right? So this will be different once again if you are right-handed. So all I'm doing right here is, once again, we're not flicking, we're holding. The ball's in my left hand and I'm holding straight up. It'll give me this walkback animation. That is the Jonathan Kuminga go-to shot when the ball is in my left hand. When the ball is in my right hand, if I'm holding straight up, it'll give me this forward little crab hop. So left hand, for me, it'll give me walkback. Right hand gives me this forward little, you know, crab hop. Properties with the crab, like, see that little hop forward? Like if a defender's pressing me up on my side, I can use that little hop to like almost like that aggressive breakdown to where it'll drag me in front of the guy, right? So like hop right up in front of him.
Come on, box him out. Fall up.
So that's just a good another dribble move that you have in your bag. 2 different dribble moves, one to bring you back, one to bring you forward. All right, time to get into some real combos, because I think I've shown you guys really everything that you need to utilize all these combos that I'm going to start spitting off of you. First combo that I'm going to get into is my signature side shuffle. Now there's a variation of last year's left stick canceling. It almost looks like a fake left stick cancel. Basically all that you're doing, right, is you're combining the Jimmy Butler escape with the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation. And what I mean by that, give me the ball. So if the ball is in my right hand, right, first I'm going to do a Butler escape towards the left hand. When it's in the left hand, I'm going to Halliburton hesitation to the left once again, right? Then from there, I can immediately cancel that hesitation with a Butler back the other way and follow it up with a Halliburton the other way. Then cancel that with a Butler the other way, Halliburton, Butler, Halliburton, Butler, Halliburton, Butler, Halliburton. So you're going to want to be holding RT, and if the ball's in your right hand over here first, you're going to flick diagonally up almost like it's going in front of your feet. And then you're going to flick over to the side, because then the ball's on that side and you're doing that hesitation over there. After that hesitation, you immediately flick back up and then back over, then back up, then back over, then back up, then back over. If you do it right, it'll almost look like this, just this non-stop continuous flow that you can constantly get down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. And what's so lethal is, see, you can shoot right off of that net last Butler step. Boom, 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 boom. See, like, you can do it faster if you want, or you can like let the Butler play out more, you know what I mean? It's really whatever you want, but that's what I call the side to side shuffle. And then like you can shoot right off of that first Butler, or like I said, you can keep going, you know what I mean? Like you can do this as long as you want, and then eventually shoot, you know, the little fade off of it if you want. That's one unique property too about the Butler, right? So the Butler escape versus the Paul George escape, it has a much bigger window where the game detects it as a moving animation instead of a standstill, right? Like right here, this is detected as a moving animation. The way that you can tell, right, is if I just start holding X, look, no hand on the left stick, no hand on movement of my character. But if I start holding X mid Butler animation, I will do a fade if I don't, like, there's a small window to quick stop in there. If I don't hit that quick stop window, I will do a fade because my player is technically moving. See, fading 3. Like I told you, my hand's not on the stick there. Ready? Fading 2. Hands not nowhere near. So that might seem bad at first, but I'm going to actually show you guys how that property helps break the game for you. Same thing with this Booker forward. That one also can there's a window in it where it's moving. See, notice how earlier I told you you can trigger that sideways slide while moving from a stance. Boom, right there. See, there's a window in these moves to where you can get these little things. All right, let's show you guys a couple of combos out of the aggressive breakdown. So remember that the main thing when you're looking for the aggressive breakdown is just beating your guy on that diagonal. So like if the ball's in your right hand, right, you want that space open diagonally up to the right of you. See, look how I'm going to go over to like the edge of that front free throw line circle almost. See how I'm like right on the edge of that free throw line circle. So you're not going straight forward with this, right? You're going off to the left a little bit. So the main thing is that you already want to beat your defender off to the side and use it right after, right? Like right after a side move, like something like that, right? So first off, let's just get into like nice. Oh, fuck. So first off with that D book, right? Like first off, let's just get into like what I was just doing, right? Because that's a useful move, right? That right there, and then you can shoot that pull up off of it, that front fade, or you can kind of stop and pop of it with a peek. So basically just holding RT, going laterally to the other ball hand, and then straight up, right? Front fade, right? So it'll drag you pretty far forward, as you can see off of that one move. Let's add in some combos off of that concept though, right? So like you beat your guy there, front, double behind, like I showed earlier, A and B together, throw that self hoop right off that aggressive breakdown. But we're not done, right? All right. So beat your guy off of that, right? What are we going to do next? Now try double tapping X as you're doing that aggressive breakdown. Boom. See that? That's the SGA spin jumper. I also highly recommend the Middleton spin jumper. Let's get it to the left hand. No, here's the other one off of it. It's kind of a forward, in, and back one, see? So that one and the Chris Middleton are by far, in my opinion, the best two for the tall players. But there's a couple of moves off of the aggressive breakdown. Now, wait, let me get this one. All right, if the ball's starting in your left hand, for me it has to start in left hand because I'm a left-handed player. But what's it called? If I let it actually wait, see, like that's a great move right there. So aggressive breakdown, let it die, and then speed boost that way. You know what I mean? My preference, it's a little clunky in here instead of in game. But right. Then I run. Oh, okay, see, like I'm fucking it up because I don't have Jordans on. I'm trying to fucking contact on. So my preference, right, is you can get that speed boost out one way, or you use it, let it die, and then speed boost in the opposite way. One great thing that I should have shown right there is when you're about this far back, right, and you do it, that Kawhi Leonard behind the back will drag you right behind the let me inch, right about here. You'll see Kawhi Leonard behind the back will drag me right behind the line. See right there. So as you get used to it and like you recognize your player being like right there, I guess you'll kind of get used to setting yourself up for that Leonard behind the back. Boom. All right, now we're gonna get into, I guess, the more complicated part of the video. Not the hard part, because I'm sorry to tell you, 2K25 is literally like the easiest game I've ever dribbled on. There's no skill gap in this shit. I'm gonna show you how to be like as good as me in 10 minutes. Okay, so for the more basic concepts here, let's start with same side speed boosting, right? Same side speed boosting, a lot of people think is exclusive to like SGA dribble style, especially Darius Garland, the short guard dribble styles, but SGA and Coby White are generally the only two taller dribble styles that people use, right? And we're not talking without the Tracy McGrady size up, which isn't released yet. I mentioned that earlier in the animations. But so like if I'm using Zion dribble style, Zach LaVine dribble style, Jalen Green dribble style, LeBron dribble style, any of these 6'5" to 6'9" dribble styles, right, that are more for the cross launch, like the Zion, if I do a crab first and then I push my stick up left, basically if I do a dribble move to the left and then I push my stick diagonal up to the right, I'll get this, you know, push cross, which is, you know, a speed boost for your taller build. And basically that's what people think taller builds are really limited to. They think that you can't same side speed boost, see, like, because you get that gross in and out animation, right? Like that gross in and out once I start moving. That right there. That right there. That right there. Oh, wait, I showed you guys one of them right there. That's not, no, that's a proper actually run, right? But that right there. So that little in and out right there is what we're trying to eliminate basically on these taller dribble styles. When you're picking your dribble style, all you're going to care about on tall builds is that cross launch right there. Dribble style or dribble move. Oh, you can't do it off the Tyrese, my bad. You can't do it off that hesitation if it's a Zion. But crab, dribble, and then push back the other way. You know what I mean? Behind the back, cross. So like that left stick cross is all you typically care about with the taller builds, because let me show you these different speed boosts now. So first speed boost we're going to look at, you remember those two Dylan Brooks packages that I taught you, right? If the ball for me is in my left hand, I'm just going to hold the ball straight to the right, and then look at this. If I run, that's a, I mean, it's not like speed boost, but I mean, that's moving. That's moving, right? That's moving, right? So basically by using a hop jumper and canceling that hop jumper, you can avoid that little in and out dribble, right? So like Jimmy Butler crab, crossover back, run, right? And like a lot of unique stuff you can do off of that, right? You can go fade, you know, the three if you want. I fucked that up. But you know what? Like, whoop. That was a really bad right there. What's it called? Speed boost off of it. My best advice with these speed boosts is off of the hop jumpers, you want to move more laterally. See that big wide run I'm doing? That big wide run? Almost think of it like moving your stick a little bit down to the left or down to the right when you're going out of it, right? And that's pretty unanimous to the Zion dribble style and some of the taller guy dribble styles, that you almost have to move your stick lower to avoid that in and out move. So anyways, that hop jumper, as you can see, when you get the timing down of it, like you can burst right out of it like a speed boost. You know what I mean? Like burst to the rim. No slowdown there. And the good thing about these different speed boosts that I'll show you is they make your push cross right here a lot more lethal, because you're not just spamming that push cross speed boost every play, right? Like if I'm speed boosting that way and then coming up and then push crossing again, like it's a lot harder to guard than if I'm just snatch back, push cross, and then push cross. Like if I'm only using push cross, it's a lot easier to guard than if I'm also mixing in this for a speed boost. Speed boost number 2. This is increasing in difficulty a little bit now. Basically, we're going to be using that Jimmy Butler package or the aggressive breakdown package, like I told you, to trigger moving moves, right? So basically, we'll start with the Butler escape because this is the far easier one to trigger it out of. Focus, right, the ball's over in this hand, right? Over on that left hand. If this is my player, it's in this hand right here being dribbled, right? This is my player, this is the ball, right? So what I am going to do right here is do that crab. Do that first crab up diagonal to this side. Once I see the ball cross right across my player's shorts on the screen, the white Cavalier shorts, you see his dangling arm right there on the side of his waist, on the right side of his waist right there, just that dangling arm. Once the ball gets visible on that side of his waist is when you want to put in the next, basically all you're doing is crab and then holding a hop jumper straight towards this side you originally came from. So if the ball's over here, you're going to do crab this way and then hold hop jumper back towards that ball, right? So if you time it right, it'll look like this right here. See how I did that slide back the second the ball got to the other side right there. See how that's a speed boost. Look at how quick, if I'm like doing this, boom, like you see how quick I'm taking off on the same ball side there. So basically that Jimmy Butler, we're just doing a Jimmy Butler and then tricking the game into thinking that our player is sprinting and can get that sprinting hop jumper animation. But if you've watched my TikToks, my channel, you know that this move right here has carried my build very heavily, if that makes sense. So like, right, because I can push cross out of it that way. I can burst out of it that way though. So like once you get these speed boosts down, you can speed boost out that way. You can come back speed boost that way. You can come back cross launch that way. As you can see, there's just levels of the movement that the short guards, they might have one slightly faster speed boost, right? Their Darius Garland, same ball side, might be slightly faster than like, say, oh fuck, I fucked it up. But then say like one of your speed boosts, it'll probably be, all of them will be a little bit slower than like a 6'4", 91 speed boosting. But thing is, like, you're so variable, like you have so many different animations that you can, I guess, speed boost out of. So next, moving up in difficulty even more, speed boost out of the aggressive breakdown. This one's tough. There's a small window again. So first we're going to flick straight up while holding RT, right? Straight up while holding RT and boom. So once again, hold RT straight up and then hold opposite side from where the ball's starting in. And there it is, right? And you don't have to hold it so long that you do the little behind the back after, but like I'm just doing it right now. Like for example, see, you can cancel it way before that behind the back. Like I'm just doing that slide still to the same side. So like if I'm Butler crab, oh fuck, I fucked it up. But Butler crab, see, like I don't have to do, I can do the full behind the back, but I can also see like just do it like that to where I'm not even letting the what's it called, little behind the back part play out all the way. See, like there, I'll let the behind the back play out. This time, let's not let the behind the back play out. See? Now, the final and hardest same side speed boost that I am going to teach you, right? Similar to the size up speed boost. The key here, right, with the Zion dribble style is being in the center style part of the floor, right? So from maybe like right here over to like right here, in the middle of like this area, in my opinion, is by far the easiest to do it. Once you get like down here, don't even try the speed boost or this little, I guess, run. It just won't work, right? So like if I'm comboing up, the gist of it is that I'm gonna hold instead of, I'll avoid like the animation by either waiting a second, just like that. You saw how I'm not right there. I didn't wait long enough. You can see it's not easy. But the other way to avoid it, right? The other way to avoid it is almost going in a down and around pattern with this stick. So you're gonna pull instead of straight to the side or straight up, you gotta go like down first with it and around, right? So if I'm going flicking this way, it's gonna go like down in this direction over the D-pad more so first, right? I didn't do it good there, but there's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's a perfect one. See right there, you can get it perfect if you do the timing of it perfectly right there. There it is. See, just like that. It's not easy, but there is a worse version of it. There it is. There it is. There it is, right there. So you can see it's not easy to learn. All I can really, the tip, you just got to kind of fuck around with it till you get it. The best tips I can give you is try to not hold RT until you're actually sprinting. Try to leave a slight gap between when you're flicking the right stick and moving the left stick, and make sure you're angling the left stick on somewhat of a downwards angle to one side before you're almost curling it up. Almost down and curl it up, down and curl it up, right? Down and curl it up. That's how you're getting that right there. And it's not, that one's not a good one. I fucked that one up. There it is, better, right? That's not a fast speed boost, right? But it's a way that like people won't expect you to go that way when you have all of these different, you know, explosive exits that I've taught you. You know what I mean? Like people just won't expect that. Like with the aggressive breakdown forward too, I think what I do wrong a lot of times is I pull a little bit on diagonal instead of straight across. So if you're getting, oh, well, that time I did do down on diagonal and it didn't work. But maybe it's a timing thing, maybe it's a stick thing. So try to do it more horizontally if you're not getting it. But there you see I got it 3 times in a row right now. So I'm starting to think it's more of a timing thing. There, I didn't get it, you see? 4 out of 5 times now. 5 out of 6 times now. 5 out of 7. So you can see it's not 100% that aggressive breakdown speed boost, or this last speed boost. You see I fucked it up right there. Like there's the good one though. So you can see these last 2 speed boosts that I'm showing you, they're not as consistent, but they're just viable ones to mix in when you fully master the system. Now let's add in some more combo variants, right? At any point, remember, I taught you how to speed boost when that butler just crosses the short. So you can do butler, speed boost, right? And that's a way to, you know, get going and take off one way really quick. Or you can just, you know, Halliburton, butler, and then, you know, shoot the mid-range. You know, there's a lot, you know, you can shoot that off of any of them. There's a lot of different counters, right? Butler, shoot off of that, right? That's a great move right there. That'll cook a lot of people, just 3 of them, right? Or boom, 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 behind the back for the end kill. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different stuff that you can do out of it, right? Hesitation, butler, that into that, boom. So like there's a lot of different combos and counters out of it. By the way, when I'm self-ooping, all I'm doing is in between A and B or X and circle on PlayStation, just put your fat ass thumb right between them and then just fat thumb both buttons at once, right? Just right off that behind the back. Oh! Now let's teach you the moving crossover from a standstill position, right? This is another counter out of this combo that I'm just teaching you. So if I'm butler escaping, right? This way. In the middle of my butler escape, like if I'm gonna go up diagonal left, in the middle of that animation, I can also flick up this way. Boom, and I'll get that forwards crossover. That's a moving crossover out of your escape, right? So escape, moving crossover, right? And if I don't stop my player, like you can keep going. I have nothing on my left stick. I'm not pressing my left stick, but right? So like at any point, this is another counter out of that escape move, right? It gives you that forward speed boost. So if you shake them or shake your defender on one side of you by doing that, like you can get forward not just from your aggressive breakdown, right? Not just from your sideways go-to hop that I showed you, right? But out of the butler, you can also forwards crossover just like that. This is why I glaze and I love the butler escape. There are so many combos out of it. You know, you can bam that hesitation out of it, speed boost out of it, right? Like there's just so many different things out of it. You can use it to set up your midi fade. You can set up quick stop, right? So right there, I'm not using it to get the fade. I used it for the quick stop timing, but I can also use it for a fade, right? So like the butler is just very hard to guard, a very good scorer with, because fade out of it, right? But the first one you saw was a quick stop out of it. quick stop. See, like, it's just, there's so many variabilities and counters out of that Butler escape. Here we go, though. So, like, new combo out of it. Let's add in that combo moves after that Butler crab speed boost, or after that Butler crab cross, right? Right, so let me get a little more space here. Just it really demonstrate it. See, there's that combo moves into the dunk, right? That combo moves, like I said, will just speed you up, prevent rips, prevent chase downs, right? So all I'm doing is flicking up diagonal opposite way, and then flicking like front diagonal, like up this way more, not straight up, but a little bit on an angle towards the side from the opposite ball hand. So for his Butler crab, and then that forward into the combo, into the dunk, right? All right, now let's get into a walkback combo. This one will be a little bit more difficult, I'm not gonna lie. First, we're gonna set up the walk back, right? By just doing the regular breakdown. I'm gonna not hold turbo, just flick straight up on my stick to get this Michael Jordan regular breakdown, right? And for me, it's anytime the ball is in my left hand, I wanna trigger that walk back, right? Now, so I'm holding straight up on the right stick. Oh, I fucked it up. So basically, what I'm trying to do is this Michael Jordan. Then I do the walk back by holding my stick straight up, right? Those are the first two moves in it, right? So first, flick straight up on your stick, no turbo. When the ball is in your left or right hand, depending on what dominant hand it is, it's basically just your dominant hand. When the ball is in your dominant hand, you're gonna hold RT and press your stick straight up. So next move, when it's all the way back there, is the aggressive breakdown, right? So what we're gonna do is Michael Jordan. Hold RT straight up on the stick. Oh, fuck, I fucked it up. What we're gonna do, right? No RT, Michael Jordan, straight up. When it's back in my left hand, RT and hold straight up on the stick. Now, after that, you're gonna hold RT and once again, just flick straight up on the stick. So, back in this hand, walk back. Flick straight up, right? And that's where we're at right now. It'll look something like this. Boom. Boom. Now that's the initial combo that I thought up, right? When I was trying to think up that combo, right? That was what I first came up with. But now let's look at some counters out of it, right? So Michael Jordan, walk back, crab speed boost. See, like that's another one that you can do. If I'm closer to line, right? Like if I'm closer in mid range, it's gonna look more like that, right? So like that's another good move out of it, but it's gonna catch your guy off guard once you hit the aggressive breakdown, right? Right. Ready? Michael Jordan, walk back, crab speed boost the other way, right? Right, let's go. Another combo, right? So Michael Jordan, right? Another counter, walk back, right? Crab behind the back, aggressive breakdown, oop. See, like there's very many counters from the same combos. It's like once you just need to understand what the sigs do, right? Michael Jordan, forward hop, right? I fucked it up, right? Michael Jordan, walk back, right? Sideways shuffle, 3, bang. See, like there's so many different counters out of everything to where like the defender, he's gonna have a hard time, right? Like it's not just like a clear thing that you're gonna do once you master these sigs to like be able to like move double behind. Oh fuck, all right, wait, I fucked it up. But see, now double behind the back, right? Crab behind the back, and that's way deep. But you know, if I started that combo a little forward, that would be a very good move. Or you can do it from the same distance, right? I can do that combo from deeper, but it would be smarter to throw something like that Butler crossover crab in, right? So Butler and then that forward cross, right? So like walk them back, try to create that sideways angle and then blow by, right? So like there's just so many counters, right? Michael Jordan. So that's the use of Michael Jordan's, in my opinion, is just triggering the hand switches back and forth. Because then also what's going to happen is they're going to get thinking that you're a walkback guy. Like that's all you got. And then you can kind of use that to literally do that right there and crab them inside the mid range. So that time all I'm doing is, instead of Michael Jordaning it when it's in my left hand, doing it when it's in my right hand right there. And you can see like it'll give you that little time to get into some of the other sigs, right? Real quick. So you see right here, Kawhi Leonard behind the back, right? You remember what that looks like, how much distance that creates, right? That's a Kawhi Leonard behind the back. But also, that's the Kawhi Leonard explosive behind the back right there. That's not good. To get the explosive behind the back, just do like the Halliburton hesitation, any dribble move, and then flick it twice. Just flick the behind the back twice at once. You know what I mean? So I fucked it up right there. Wait. So you're just going to flick over and then double down. And see how bad that is? That's just not good. That's the explosive behind the back. Now let's show you the moving behind the back. So for the moving behind the back, you just want to sprint and do a behind the back. That's awful, right? That's awful, right? So the Kawhi Leonard behind the back, you can see it's only good for one thing, and that's a standing behind the back. All right. First off, this player also, if I'm right, doesn't he have Booker? Yep, that's that Booker moving step back. I remember I was telling you guys earlier. So the Booker, as you can see, has a worse snatch back. I think that's a worse snatch back, but it's got a good step back because see, like it'll bring you back for, holy shit, this jump shot is slow. This might be the Daniel Gafford jump shot. Don't expect me to agree in anything on this player, but you see, oh, it's so slow. Okay, give me a second here. I don't need to shoot, right? But anyways, what I'm getting into here is that this player has a different behind the back. With Paul George's regular standing behind the back, right? It's not as good as Kawhi's for a lot of things because it brings you more forward and with less space. See, that's it right there. See how I'm getting dragged slightly forward every time I'm doing it? So Paul George's has a unique niche that it's actually, in my opinion, better weirdly enough, like for setting up stuff like that, crabbing people. It's almost, you use it like a left stick cancel, not to like create so much space off of, but to try to almost crab people with, like.
Hey, yo, right there.
Like right there, almost. Look at like when my player is like, I'm trying. But you see like how the angle towards the rim you'll get, I guess. You'll shoot off of it, but that's the thing, is when it's that forward of an angle, if a defender pushes up between you, this behind the back is a lot easier to get ripped. So not only is it worse for creating threes, in my opinion, you could do a little more creative stuff like create a crab with it, but it's easier to rip and it's overall easier to guard, in my opinion, because of it. Outside of that though, let's look at the other features of the Paul George behind the back, right? Moving behind the back, at first that doesn't look like much, right? But I'm gonna tell you, that's a spicy little moving behind the back, right? For your height, I mean, like, what do you want more? So as you're seeing what I'm using it for, most people would think that you'll probably want to like get downhill with it. What I like to use it for, is you can see it's got a very lateral, wide, horizontal movement with it. But as you can see, I like to use it for a spin back to three. So this is one of my little unique steezo initiators, right? But like if I'm blown past because I can't nutmeg on this height, I need a different spin back, right? That right there, holy shit, I just greened with like Daniel Gafford based on like very slow. But that's what you're gonna use, in my opinion, the moving Paul George behind the back for. Is more if you're like a movement oriented player and you want something like that right there. You see how it's spinning all the way back to three right off of it. So all I'm doing is while I'm running, initiating up behind the back, and as you can see, it's almost like rotating my stick backwards in a half circle and then flicking down with RT right at the end for the moving step back. But so here we go. Let's get turned around. Behind the back, curl the stick around, moving step back, three. See what I mean? Like that's, in my opinion, far better than anything you can do with the Kawhi Leonard behind the back, honestly. It just is. And then right there, you can see too, like you can use it for initiating that slide right after, get into that horizontal crossover, a green. See, like you can get a little crafty with these sigs. You can get a little crafty, right? Look at the explosive beyond the back and some combos with that, right? Boom. See, Paul George has a good explode. So he's got a usable standing behind the back. He's got a pretty good moving behind the back for stuff like that right there. And then he's also got, right, a very good explosive behind the back. Top 2 for Andrew Wiggins, in my opinion, is the only better one for this height. So once again, all I'm doing is any dribble move and then doing a double behind the back after. See right there? See how quick it drags you in too? So that's a very good move too, right? Out of the Butler escape, right? Like there's different behind the back combos that you can use, right? But one thing that I'll say, when you're going for that explosive behind the back, you might as well do that combo move right after. So once again, just flicking the opposite ball handed back, no RT. See, just like that. All right. Now, after you do the behind the back, the double behind the back flick back to the right again, right? So right, double behind the back flick. See that right there? How you can just immediately halt your progress from a double behind the back. That's how you can set them up for a rim run and then just shoot right away, right? So like they're gonna probably be baited back to the rim, or you can also snatch back off of it, right? I fucked that one up, my bad. I forgot to do the one move first. See, just like that, boom. See, that's another explosive behind the back combo. So basically the basis of this next combo that I'm gonna be throwing down is explosive behind the back into cancel into Dylan Brooks, right? There it is right there. So what I'm trying to do is horizontally at the end to end it in the Dylan Brooks cancel. But the key is you can't start that Dylan Brooks too soon, right? Here we go. Right. That. Boom. See, something like that. Another combo. Bam. See what I mean? This player, by the way, this is the pro regular breakdown right there. So like if you like the look of that instead of the Michael Jordan better, like that's pro regular breakdown. Or yeah, pro regular breakdown. So as you can see right there, it's just 3 flicks, but you can also get kind of a linky with it where you're kind of like, you kind of almost, I guess what I want to say is cancel it right as it ends and almost do it again. See, so you're just kind of constantly like this. So that's the one thing that I would say about this regular breakdown is you can almost constantly like cancel it, I guess. What I'm doing is after that third flick is I'm just moving my left stick down as I'm flicking back up, right? So third flick, third flick, third flick, third flick, third flick, just doing both sticks at the same time, right? Third flick. So that's the thing about the regular breakdown. Instead of Michael Jordan, you can also do it like that if you want, and then like after 3 flicks every time you just keep going. But after 3 flicks, if you want, there's any point, like you can also do the go-to shot. Those are the alternative sigs, right? From the Paul George explosive, Paul George standing, double behind the back, Paul George standing. I've showed you also, you know, the Paul George moving. So those are my alternatives for 6'9". Now let's get into some fun 6'8" dribbling, right? So some of the unique sigs that you get at 6'8", right? First off, the Coby White combo moves, right? That right there. I'm not holding RT. No holding RT. Combo move to the opposite side and back. Boom. Look at that sauciness. Now, Coby White, regular breakdown. No RT, straight up. See that spammy little chopper combo, right? You can mix it in then and then get really saucy, right? Next animation, you saw it right there, baby. It's that Coby White once again behind the back. Boom, right there, right? So this does have Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, I'm just realizing on. That's the other alternative, is using the Coby White hesitation, and then you can do that little double bounce on each side where it's like, oh, fucking like da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, but anyways, so the other sigs though that we have on, Coby White behind the back. See how large that behind the back is? But at the same time, so first off, I'm just triggering this the same way. I forgot to even show hand cam. But so for Coby White behind the back, right? I'm just triggering the behind the back. It does that little stutter dribble first, right? So like, if you can find like a good way that fucking mask that stutter dribble, it's good. But like, it's a very, very far behind the back, right? But not only does Coby White, right, have a good behind the back, he's got a decent moving behind the back too, as you saw right there. Here we go. Not as good for doing that, what's it called? Spin back is someone like Paul George, but for me, I'd rather do the spin back in that way to where Coby, or if I'm doing the Coby White spin back, I'm gonna almost do the cross, like it's like I do the behind the back this way, and then I immediately left stick up the opposite way, right? Let's keep going. Another good purpose of the Coby White behind the back, right, is it unlocks a little bit more of the steezo stuff. Nutmeg, you can't do it 80 ball handle. None of the behind the backs have a nutmeg tied in. Coby White, woo! See that nutmeg right there? All I'm doing that, ball's in my right hand, holding RT and flicking down diagonal and then straight up. Almost like a combo move that way and then straight up. That way and this. It's just a behind the back and then flick your stick straight up immediately after. Oh fuck, I did a real combo move that time. I didn't go low enough. If you do that, it means you're not going low enough on your right stick. There it is. See what I mean? Like at 6'8", you unlock sigs and capabilities that you can't do at 6'9". And for a dribble head like me, that's where I thrive. Right? My preferred sigs that you'll unlock at 6'8" is just this Coby White. That shit's fly. Coby White behind the back right there. Once again, that's the moving behind the back. That's the explosive behind the back right there. You see what I mean? Like that is such a good explosive behind the back for a 6'8" player. Like that literally is the Trae Young explosive behind the back from 2K24, which I use all year on my short guard. So to like get that on such a tall player, like that's insane, dude. Can I still? No, I can't do that cross back this way this year. They gutted the dribbling system so bad with so many different things, bro. I swear. But see, like that's probably the best move you'll get out of the Coby White behind the back. Yeah, that's probably the best combo you'll get out of the Coby White explosive behind the back, to be honest with you, if you're not rim running. Behind the back. There it is, right? That's how it should look. And see, there's those Michael Jordan dunks. Real quick, I'm just ranting. This bitch will be way too long at this point. But this is why I don't think you need more than an 83 dunk. Right there. See how far I'm taking away from how far off I'm taking away with that 83 dunk. If you look, like that shit's crazy. Why do you need 93 plus? This is right here. This is why throughout the year I've leaned towards the 6'8" variant. With the 95 perimeter defense, not needing the higher dunks, just having stuff like the ability to, you know, nutmeg like that and then get back to 3. All that stuff to me is much, much bigger than 1 inch of height. It expands the skill ceiling. I can get up to red shifty shooter at this height. This is why the 6'8" is truly my favorite build. It's not as much of a skill ceiling to the short guards as you'd think, to where like you can do almost everything in that steezo glitchy style that like he made popular again this year at like a tall height, right? Like it's just, it really is possible. See, here's that behind the back spin that he uses, right? Like, so like, if you guys want, what's it called? The glitchier tutorial, which will include all the stuff like the glitch 720 spins, the new spin. Can I moonwalk in here? Let me see, can I moonwalk in here? No, I can't moonwalk in here. Show you guys all these more advanced dribbling stuff or dribbling styles at these heights. So just you know, comment down below what you still need for this. Soon I'm gonna probably be posting out my glitchy short guard tutorial, if that makes sense, like how to do the glitchiest moves in the game on short guard, which will have a lot of those moves that I didn't show you guys, like the 720s and stuff in there. The non just plain nutmeg and stuff, like the sideways spins and stuff for, you know, steezo moving, you know, like all that stuff. I'll definitely have, what's it called, in my next dribble guide, because my next dribble guide will also have it'll be focused just on glitchy dribbling and short guards. So let me know what else you need outside of that. I'll try to, like, you know, maybe add that in at the very end. But I mean, honestly, there's not much else you guys should need for right now. Like, I've taught you guys quite a bit where, like, you combine all this stuff, you could be a very nasty one-on-one player, or like, and very nasty, I guess, I don't know, just be a very nasty screen guard, one-on-one, whatever you really prefer. Y'all will be good, man. I believe in y'all, man. Oh, real quick, I forgot to teach you some moves off of this Coby White, right? My favorite move for canceling out of the Coby White is this. Boom, right? Because that explosive behind the back, right? It looks like it's gonna rim run off of it every time, right? Every time, right? So, what do you want off of that? All I'm doing is literally flicking down diagonal after the double behind the back, flicking back across, right? So, flick other side and back, double flick, and then flick back. Boom! Green light, spark light. You know what I mean? Like, shit's easy, man. See, I'm comboing on 6'8". They say a 6'8" man can't move. I'm fucking up the combo move, right? There's a spin back, at least. See, like, you can combo on these 6'8s. So, there you go. That's my dribble guide again. I'm sure there's been times where my controller's been moving left, right, up, down, out, up, So I'll try to attach maybe, like, a picture of a controller with arrows at every single dribble I flick, which will probably take like another 30 minutes. So again, I'm sorry for the wait here. This was supposed to be out a long time ago, but then I got to the hotel and I recorded it without a hand cam, and then I got home and I recorded it without audio. So now I'm here. Hopefully this third time I can edit it smoothly and shit'll go good and it'll be out soon. I'm still waiting on a thumbnail, but again, comment down below what you need still. Peace.